Hello coquettes, okay, today we're going to be making cheese scones. So you need 150 mils of milk, 225 grams of flour. I've used cheese, 60 grams of cheese, any cheese you like as long as it's mature cheese. 15 to 20 grams of fresh thyme. Doesn't matter if it's chopped up too much, it just needs to be chopped up quite a bit so it mixes in. 50 grams of butter. You'll need a rolling pin, a wooden spoon, a cutter, and a baking tray filled with, well, lined with baking paper, an oven turned to 200, and some more flour. Okay, so let's put this all aside. So what I like to do first is I like to put my seasoning in my flour. Now I've sifted my flour before, so I'm going to put a bit of pepper in there. I think if you're making a savoury scone, then it should be quite savoury. So I quite like having a little bit of salt and pepper. So a bit of salt, a bit of salt, but there you go. So we mix that all in. I give it more pepper than I do salt, but I do like a bit of salt in there. So, and I haven't got salted butter today. Sometimes I use salted butter, other times whatever I get, whatever I pick off the shelf, that's what I get. But if you want a little bit more of a saltiness in it, then you can do that. Okay, so pop your butter in. And what we're going to do is we're going to almost make it into like a crumb. So you're going to mix your butter in with your fingers. Now I would suggest if you've got any jewellery, you obviously can't see my wedding rings or anything, because I like to take them off when I'm baking. That way you can get your fingers in. And you don't have to worry about it, get it all stuck into your rings or anything like that, because it's a nightmare to get that off. In fact, actually, my first engagement ring, let me shut that cupboard, my first engagement ring, we actually lost the diamonds to it, and we never found them again, and because I was quite young at the time, we had to wait for a new engagement ring. So, poor Gary. So yeah, we lost the diamonds, we couldn't afford it. So that's why I never wear them baking again, because you never know what's going to happen. Okay, so here we go. So it's all mixing in nicely. You can probably see that now. Let Gary just get a bit closer. Okay, so it's really important that you do this, because if you don't, the butter's not combined into it and you're going to have big lumps of butter, which makes it not cook properly. You'll have an uneven bake, which you don't really want to do. Okay, so pop your cheese in. Cheese. Now it's up to you at the very end what you want to do with your cheese. You can leave a little bit aside for the top. Personally, I put a little bit of Parmigiano on the top of mine. I know I haven't got it here because I was just basically doing the basics, but if you want to do that, you can. Also, I haven't got it on here either, but a little bit more milk. You can do that as well. I'm using semi-skim milk. You can use whole milk, it's no problem, but whatever you do, don't use skimmed, because it won't work. Because it needs that base of at least a half and half to do it. Right, okay, so we're going to mix all that in. Looks lovely. Okay, so I'm going to put that all in there for the moment. And then we're going to add our milk. So, add your milk in a little bit. That's what I do anyway. That's just so that you can get the bits off the bottom and get it more mixing into each other. Okay, so there we go, and then mix in the rest. Now I must admit, I don't really have any more secret recipes with you guys, because I used to have secret recipes which I wouldn't tell anyone what I actually made them with, but being with the Cooking with Yanni video and stuff like that, I've actually let all my secrets out. But that's quite nice, because I've actually been managed to tell people in how to cook, and a lot of people like it. And so many people are actually doing stuff off the videos, which I never thought people would like, and they do, which is really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna mix that. Make sure it all kind of combines together. You want a ball, but you don't want it so wet that it's not coming together. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put a tiny bit of flour. Let me just move this a second. Over there. Oh, I got this not this one, but I got a Paul Hollywood roller. And you know what? Every time I roll it, it comes up with the blooming thing Paul Hollywood on it. It's like, as much as I like it, it's a nuisance when you're doing bakes, because I'm not being funny, but I don't want Paul Hollywood scraped all over my biscuits. You know, it's just like, oh, it's not really his fault, I guess. Well, it is his fault, because I'm probably going to get sued now or something for insulting him. Okay, so put that together. That's my little moan for the day. Okay, now I don't roll mine out too thick, too thinly, because I really like my my scones to be thick, so, and quite big. So put it on the tray. Now, obviously, depending how thick you do your scones, is depending on obviously how many you get out of it. But I do like having a thick scone. It's quite nice. And when you bite into it, oh, this is just so good. It's just so cheesy. And you're like, cheese. I just love cheese so much. Shouldn't really be doing this really, because actually it's slim around. But once in a while, I just really fancy stuff like this, and you know, you just can't get that. You just really can't. So pile it back together again, and then I'm going to make some more. So I'll come back to you in a minute, my coquettes. Bye for now. Okay, so my scones are done. I got 5 out of my scones, but they're going to be quite big. Scones, I'll say scones. Okay, so I've got my Parmigiano as well. So brush them with milk. Never brush these with egg, because it burns and they cook quicker on the top than they do on the bottom, in the inside. That's the same for bread as well. If you're making bread, always use milk. Okay, right, so stay. Okay, so a little bit of Parmigiano on the top. I found this one better way than the other, than using cheddar, because the cheddar seems to go all down the sides, but this seems to stay on the top, so, and keep it nice. And it goes a bit brown as well. Gives it a nice top, a nice edge. So like I said, they're not the most healthiest in the world, but they are scrummy, and when they're hot and you've got, oh, and you've got just butter melting in it, oh, you just got a cup of tea, you just can't go wrong. Okay, I do apologise for the mess. The flour has literally gone everywhere and I've tried to clear up, so there you go. Excuse me, Gary. Mimi. Okay, so in go your lovely scones. So you're looking at roughly 200 degrees at 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll see you then. Bye for now, my coquettes. Okay, so I put mine in for an extra 5 minutes because mine was in for 10, but they needed a bit more browning. But there you go. Now, if you want them a bit more browner, you can, but I wouldn't suggest it because it will burn or over bake. So there you go. Okay, so I always line my cooling racks with a little bit of parchment paper or non-stick baking paper. This stops the lines from forming on your bakes. So my cakes as well, that's what I do as well, because sometimes people ask me to do cakes for them, like I do the cooking with Yanni cakes as well, the cupcakes. So, you know, I don't really want lines at the bottom of the cases because it doesn't look right. So there you go. Okay, so let's pop them there. And they should be lovely on the bottom. You see they're lovely and golden on the bottom. They're not burnt or browned at all. They're just really beautiful and nice. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this over here. Okay, so there you go, my coquettes. There are your lovely cheese scones. Well, I really hope you enjoyed watching. I really enjoyed making these. I'll enjoy eating them tomorrow as well. You can freeze these once they're cooled, or you can pop them in a container. I put them in the container up to 2 days, and then you have to throw them away after that. Alright, but please like the video, please comment, and please share. And we'll see you in the next video, my coquettes. Bye for now.